It's Caroline here from Aussie Cards and Crafts, and today I would like to show you how to make this easel hat card. Now, this first came to my attention a couple of weeks ago, actually, when somebody put up a post with a hat on the Facebook site, because we had a challenge up with flowers and that had to feature flowers. And this lady, part of our group, a lady by the name of Tracy Twitchin, put this up, and I thought, oh, isn't that just so beautiful? She actually, her entry was actually judged extremely favourably, and she has a gift coming her way as we speak. So this is the easel hat card. As you can see, this one I have done now. I did go online afterwards. I spoke to Tracy about her card and I said, was it her own design? And she said no. She said she had seen it on Pinterest, so she just used her own imagination and made a card up. So it's probably not going to be the same as Tracy's. I then did go online and I found a tutorial by Anne Melvin at Positively Papercraft. So what I'll do is I will link the Positively Papercraft tutorial with this. And huge thank you to Tracy Twitchin for letting us for introducing me to this card, because it's something that, although there's quite a few on the internet when I went looking, it's something I hadn't seen before. So I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm about to show you how to make it. So I'll pop that up there. Now, you will need circle dies for this. There is no escaping, I don't think. You really do need them. You're going to need 4 different sizes. Now, what I have done is I have got the biggest one. I've then gone down 3 sizes and used the next one, down 3 sizes again and used the next one, and then down 3 sizes again and used the last one. Okay, so I'll pop those to one side because I don't really need them now. As far as your, oops, that's mine. You just pop those back in so we don't lose them. Okay, now as far as your decoration is concerned, I have just gone, because I just think these actually match the lace and the papers. So I've just grabbed a handful of embellishments from my stash, and I'll pop those up there and I'll work with those later. I'll move these to one side at the moment, and I will just go through the sizes of the cards that you need. Now, you're going to need 2 base cards. Your first base card is going to be 11.5 by 5 3/4. And then along the 11.5 side, 11.5 side, you score at 5 3/4. You fold that in half, and that is your base card. Now we're going to cut a circle around that, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. The next one you need is a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card. And once again, we are going to use our biggest, and I'll go through the sizes of these in a moment. We are going to use our biggest die to cut a hole in that as well. The next piece we need is going to be 5 inches by, oh, is that 5 inches? Yeah, 5 inches by 5 inches. Okay, and I've done that one in a pattern paper. I'm going to use this side. The next one down, I believe, is 4 inches by 4 inches. It might be a bit bigger than that, actually. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then the top piece, which is this one here, that is going to be 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Now, we're going to cut circles out of all of these pieces. The last piece that you're going to need is going to be a piece of card that is going to measure 10 3/4 inches by, let me just put it that way, 10 3/4 inches by 2 1/2 inches. And along that 1/2 inch, both sides, I need you to score. So you score at 1/2 inch, and then you will score again at 2 inches. I do it at 1/2 inch, then turn it around, and then score it at 1/2 inch on the other side. Exactly the same. So you're going to get this to be folded over, okay, and score it down so it's nice and got a nice tight fold on it. Okay, so there's that. Now the sizes of the circle dies that I have used, and you don't have to go with these ones. Okay, if providing you're using the same kind of, I guess, distance. Like I've done every third die. If you want to start smaller and have a smaller card, that's fine as well. Obviously there is a lot of dimension in this, so this one is actually going to have to go into a box. But the biggest one that I've got in diameter is 5.5 inches. The second largest is 4 3/4 inches. The third largest is 4 inches, and the final one is 3 1/4 inches. Okay, so they're the 4 sizes that I have chosen to use. If your dies don't go up to that size, just take the biggest one you've got and then go for every other one and work your papers around that, because that one you'll see just fits on here. Because we're going to cut these out, I didn't want to waste too much paper, so that's why I've got you to cut your paper like that. So getting started, let me get this out of the way. So getting started, we've got our base card. Now this is the one that we have scored at 5 3/4. We are going to now place our die slightly over the edge, because what we do want is we now want to make this part here. Okay, so we've got to have something that is going to be attached. So we need to hang our die, not too much, I reckon probably about like so. Okay, and I'm going to just use some tape to hold that in position, because the unfortunately the plates on my machine are very warped, so it doesn't like to stay in the same spot. Okay, now when we pull this off, you will see there's our open end there. Okay, and it is cut beautifully. It's cut through gorgeous. However, what I did do is I did run it through twice, because you are actually going through 2 thicknesses of card, and this is a 270-gram card, so you're going through two thicknesses of card. So it is important that you know, that it does cut through properly. So I went through, I've got an electric machine, and I put it through once and then I pulled it back again. Now what we need to do is we need to get our second piece of card with the same die. Okay, so with that, and this is only a single piece, that does not need to go over any of the edges. We need this in full. Okay, so that goes in there, and I'll run that through the machine. Okay, there is our second piece. And just careful with your washi tape. Now that one I don't need anymore, so that can go over here. With the scrap. Now the next piece is going to be your largest of your pattern paper, which is going to be this piece here, which I did give you the measurements, but it's 5 inches by 5 inches. And we are going to use the next biggest die on that one. Okay, so that's the next piece. Now I've just realised the next piece should be cream, and I've cut my card out. So I will use a piece of card and cut this again, because I want it to be, there's our big one, there's the next one. I want the next one to be cream, and then the smaller one, I think that's how I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, the next one to be cream, and then it will go up the sides. So yeah, that's what I've envisaged anyway. As you can see, when I did my prototype, I've got cream, and then pattern there and pattern on there. So we'll see how it looks. So I'll cut another piece out. And so once again, I then go down with the next size, and I pop that on there. I use the tape, use this tape from the last one and run that through my machine as well. Now for our final one, we need the pattern paper once again, and we need the smallest of the ones, the dies that we've selected. So that one is the top. Okay, so that is going to be that piece there. Now, so that's all of the die cutting that we need to do. The other thing that I didn't talk to you about is that I do need, well, you don't need, it's entirely up to you. I've got lace. You can use lace, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever you want. You can use other paper to go around the hat as a hat band. I've chosen to do lace and flowers. I've got two pieces here. I don't know whether I'm going to use both of them, or I really don't know yet until I come to decorate it. That actually doesn't look too bad, going through the centre there. Anyway, I'll decide that later. Now onto the final piece. Now the final piece is this piece here. Now remember, we scored it at 1/2 inch both sides. What we now need to do, and I'm not going to bore you with having to watch me do both sides of this, because it does take a little bit of doing. So I'm going to switch off or delete this when I put the video up. But you need to basically just take little triangles out. It reminds me of when I used to make dresses, and you used to have to do this around the armholes and the neck, around the facings. So yeah, this will take a little while. You just cut little triangles up to that score line, so that when because this is going to go around this, so that it allows us, when that is down and glued, it allows us to have that as a bend. Okay, so I'm going to speed up because I need to go all the way down there and all the way down here for this to happen. As you can see, that did take quite some time. You probably didn't see, because I probably will cut that totally out. But what's actually going to happen is this is going to attach to here. Okay, so the smaller you make these little teeth, the easier it is. Now, I'm just going to use my fingers to start bending this card around. Okay, so you can see that as it sits there now, it's just got a little bit of give to it. Don't do too much, because you don't want to damage the paper. But so this is going to basically go around here, and we will use some glue, which I'll grab in a moment, and we glue it right to the edge of this circle. So I'll just grab this is a Cosmic Shimmer. I'll grab this one and just put glue on the first few of those teeth. Okay, don't try and do too much too soon. And then for the first one, make sure that you've got it right in line. Okay, and then you slowly bring it round, like so, and you've got to do that all the way around. Okay, so it's a little bit fiddly, but I think the outcome is going to be worth the effort. Once you've started it, you can do maybe 8 or 10 of those little teeth and go around. So I'm going to speed up now, and I'll show you what happens when I get to the end of it. Okay, so we're now round, all the way around, as you can see. What we now need to do is we now need to just put a little bit of glue down the side here, so that marries up and sticks down on the side as well. Okay, so there we go. So that is the top of our hat. Okay, now let's go back to these, and what we now need to do is this is going to be the front, so this is going to actually have to be folded over because that's that piece there. So we're going to fold that up to here. So basically making sure that the edges are right. And so now we've got that comes over. What we do now is we get our other piece of cream or whatever colour you're using, and we glue that onto this top part here. Okay, so I've got this glue out, so I might as well continue with it. Okay. And there's our easel card once we've got a stopper there. The next piece that we glue on is going to be this piece here. So once again, now important to get this as central as you possibly can. Can't have a lopsided hat, can you? There we go. Next is this piece just here. Once again, central as you can possibly get it. And then this piece is now going to, let's just make sure that's stuck, it's now going to go centrally on there. Now, because this is sitting up this way, I'm actually going to put that join at the back. Okay, you will see it if you're looking from the back, but we're going to have some flowers and things down here, so, and not much of it is going to show because we're going to have the lace on there as well. So let's just get our glue, and once again, same thing, but this is a little bit easier because it's all folded in. Just a little bit of glue on each one, and we can pop it down onto our base. Okay, so there we go. There is our hat. We're going to put a stopper there. Now what we've got to do is we've got to decorate it, and this is the fun part. Now with this, you could, I'm not going to put a sentiment on this, but you could put a sentiment on the top, and I think that's what our lovely lady Tracy, I think her name was, yeah, Tracy. I think Tracy did that, but I don't know whether I'm going to give this away for a thank you card, a wedding card, because you could actually put some tulle and things like that on it, and it could be a wedding card, or it might even be my mother's birthday card or her Mother's Day card yet. So I'm not going to put a sentiment on there, but I am going to decorate it for you. So what we now need to do is we now need to work out what we want to do as far as decoration. Now, I do want flowers on it. Okay, so, and I'm not sure where I want my lace. I'm kind of thinking, I like the idea of it. I like the idea of having two strands of lace. I like that one being in the center, and I like that one being over the top. So I think that's where I'm going to go, and I'm going to leave my, there we go. I'm going to leave the join around the back again. I will just wait for that, just for a moment, for it to dry, because it's coming away as I'm being too impatient. Okay, so I have had some trouble getting that on in the right place, but it is now stuck down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly pop the lace around in the center of that, and then I'm going to once again put that over the top, and then I'm going to put some flowers on. Okay, now I've just got to put I've done my flowers there. You can put some greenery on there if you want. I'm not going to worry about it because I just want to keep the hat fairly plain. Now somewhere here I think I have a little offcut that I might use. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. I knew I had it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over. This was an offcut from the side, and I'm just going to utilize this as my stopper just to put a little bit more height. Now, there we go. So if I put that there, I am then going to cover that with flowers, and then when it sits down, it's still not too bulky. So I'll glue that piece together. That gives it a bit of height. And it's going to be covered anyway, but at least it's still within those colours. So there, that's how it will sit. But I'm just going to pop that down and so there we have it. There is our beautiful hat card that I was inspired by Tracy Twitchen, and the link that I will put up will be to Anne Melvin from Positively Papercraft, because I don't know whether they're the same sizes, so don't quote me on that, but I did use her techniques on how to do it. But I just think it's beautiful. I think it's so gorgeous. The one that Tracy did was all done in pinks with lovely pink flowers and lace around here. You could put tulle on it. You could put anything on it. Obviously, inside, you can either stamp it straight on there, or you can put another little piece of card on there with a greeting. But I just think it's so sweet and so cute. So yeah, that is my hat easel card. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and put a like on the YouTube, or subscribe to my YouTube. That would be really good. When I put it on, I might just tack when I put the picture on, you might see that I've just tacked a greeting on this of some kind. But as I don't know who this is going to go to, I don't want to leave it on there. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I will hopefully get another tutorial up this week, depending on how my week goes. If not, it will probably be next weekend. So until then, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you on our Facebook page. And thank you for joining me, and happy crafting. Bye.